Let's look at some things here with the Cherokee Shuffle Advanced Curriculum level. Taking this idea of really employing a lot of hammers, pulls, and slides, basically using the fretting hand significantly. And here at the advanced level, really sort of pushing that to maybe an extreme, and kind of looking at this classic melody here, but also again, kind of an exercise in and of itself, just a challenge, especially for advanced players, to look at some different ways to use hammers and pulls and slides in amongst your playing. So it's going to start here with a good climb into this first melody note at bar 2, beat 1 with a big G run. Right. Even with that, just a little challenge to recognize hammer on into beat 2, or I'm sorry, into beat 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. I find in my own playing, I do that a lot. Hammers, pulls, and slides into downbeats from the and 1 into da 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 da. All right, so now we're into the main body of the song here in bar 2. Again, we're just going to commit to basically big streams of eighth notes as this melody occurs. If you're new to this tune in general, hopefully you've seen or experienced especially even the basic curriculum version, just to get to the guts of what this melody is. It's a great melody, and again, this is kind of an exercise to potential extremes with hammers, pulls, and slides. But again, one I think great thing about that though is, I know for my playing at high levels, at high tempos, hammers, pulls, and slides, any fretting hand component helps share that workload. It creates efficiency, helps me play faster, cleaner, more musical. So bar 2. All right, so it's going to be our first main phrase. Where the basic melody is ba ba da 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 into bar 2, or into phrase 2. Here we've got this just big stream of pentatonic based hammers and pulls right there, and no slides in this yet. Well, there is a slide there, the little on beat 2. Kind of help reiterate that A note there, open third. A good challenge for advanced players here as we dive into these, almost an exercise in hammers and pulls with this melody, is the additional challenge to keep strings ringing as long as we can. Alright, so as we say, hammers and pulls especially create more of that legato, rounded effect to notes, and when there's also open strings ringing and that kind of watercolor effect, that's a really great sort of just image to the playing, a high quality kind of sheen to everything. There's really nothing that's kind of by itself. There's always some sort of supportive sound, some rounded kind of connection, so notes are long, things are ringing with each other. Just creates that really high level sheen to the playing. So into bar 4. So now the melody, we're going to go above that melody and come back down to it with a slide. That kind of gets us into third position with that little F shape. So slide back down. These are 2 points where the slides really need to be in time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So that little just second phrase is a great little exercise in and of itself of just slides. 1 and 2 and that first one occurring on the and of 2. Good challenge there. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. So now we're into bar 6. All right, the challenge there, now we're into more, again, additional fretting hand challenge, a 4-fret stretch. Pull off with the middle finger. That's going to, because we're in second position with that G sharp there. Now that gets back to first position for bar 7. So here we've got a little tricky little 16th. This is where the pull off still very much in time with that 16th note, but it kind of exists as a little more of a kind of an ornament there. Ba-da-da-bum-ba. Not so much in our 8th note flow. There's still time for it. Bum bum dum bum dum bum bum bum. I challenge the advanced player to make that really clean and articulate. I'm using the middle finger to index. You may try the ring in the middle. Well, just looking at that, the end of 2 is that E note there. Sacrifice that, so that's why I'm choosing the middle to index. Also, the middle to index feels pretty strong. Alright, now we've got to slide into bar 8. I wanted to say one other thing about bar 6. You may try a hammer-on right there. I don't think I played it in the performance. And looking at the and of 2 to beat 3 again. Downbeat of 3 could be a hammer-on. Here we got more of a slide that's a gliss into the downbeat. 1, 1, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and right. So now the same kind of function here. Got to pull off from ring finger to index. The F sharp to E on beat 2. So now we've got that more of a slide with that same da-ba-dum-bum-pa. It gets us through the first inning there. So a lot of challenge. First ending here, get a little break, a little chromatic down to the G7, which is going to lead right into the B section, which we will talk about next.